The perfect suburban facade of Cypress Creek offered a deceptive welcome, its manicured lawns and identical houses radiating an unsettling stillness. A low hum, imperceptible at first, seemed to emanate from the very earth beneath their new home, a subtle dissonance in the otherwise tranquil air. Liam felt a chill despite the warm afternoon, a premonition that whispered of unseen eyes watching their every move. Days melted into weeks, each interaction with their overly friendly neighbors leaving Liam with a growing sense of disquiet, their smiles too wide, their eyes too vacant. Sarah, however, found comfort in the community's warmth, mistaking its pervasive quietude for peace until a chilling echo in an empty room broke the illusion. The town's perfection began to feel less like a blessing and more like a carefully maintained prison. A late-night stroll led Sarah to the town square, where the grand clock tower stood still, its hands perpetually stuck at midnight, yet no one seemed to notice. The unsettling silence deepened as she realized the chirping crickets, the rustling leaves, even the distant hum of traffic were all absent, leaving behind a profound, unnatural void. A growing unease turned to cold dread as she heard a faint, rhythmic thrumming deep beneath the town, a sound that felt both ancient and utterly alien. Liam, driven by Sarah's frantic accounts and his own disturbing observations, began to meticulously investigate, noticing inconsistencies in local records and missing historical archives about Cypress Creek. He found photographs of town residents from decades past, their faces identical to the current inhabitants, their smiles still eerily vacant, suggesting a chilling stasis. The realization dawned that this town wasn't just old, it was timeless, trapped in a horrifying loop that stretched beyond human comprehension. Their home, once a sanctuary, warped into a labyrinth of shifting walls and whispering shadows, its familiar comfort dissolving into a nightmare. Liam saw Sarah's reflection in a mirror briefly contort, her features stretching into something gaunt and unrecognizable, before snapping back to normal. Sarah woke to find Liam standing motionless in the living room, staring at a blank wall, speaking in a language that was not his own, his voice a guttural echo from another dimension. Driven to the brink, they discovered the absence was not merely a lack of sound or history, but a profound, ancient entity that consumed and replicated, leaving only perfect, empty facsimiles in its wake. In the town's core, beneath the clock tower, they found a pulsating void, a tear in reality that hummed with the collective silence of everything it had devoured. Liam grasped Sarah's hand, a silent promise to face the abyss together, even as the air grew heavy with the weight of forgotten stars and the cold breath of oblivion. They fought, not with fists, but with the fragile resistance of their sanity against the overwhelming, mind-shattering presence. As the void expanded, consuming light and sound, Sarah's locket, the last tangible link to their past, vibrated violently before disintegrating into dust. Liam's tired eyes, now wide with a terror beyond words, saw not the town, but a monochrome tapestry of repeating patterns, a fractal horror stretching into eternity, before the final, absolute silence descended, leaving only perfect, empty spaces where they once were.